corner. Today we're going to do a 2-layer checkerboard cake, and you're going to be needing a whole can of frosting. I picked white, and you're going to need one color cake and a different color. Make your 2 layers 2 different colors, like this is a yellow and this is a strawberry. Just so happens I picked those flavors. You're also gonna, I also took a tape measure and measured the top. This is the 3-inch cup and this is a 5-inch cup. You're going to need 2 of them. Take your 5-inch cup, you're going to do the same thing on both cakes, and center it as best you can right around the middle. Take your knife, cut around the cup. Make sure it's a sharp knife. If you happen to have a 5-inch cutter, all the better. I don't. So I'm doing the same exact thing on the yellow cake that I did on the strawberry cake. Okay, we're done with the 5-inch measuring cup. Now we're going to take the 3-inch one and try to center it as best you can. Try to get as best you can exactly in the middle.
That look good on your side?
I think it needs to go that way a little bit more. We got to try to get as best we can in the middle. It's not going to be easy, but this is going to make your, we're going to be layering your checkerboard cake. Now cut around that. Okay, we have to do the same thing over here, because we're going to be assembling these back together, so they all have to fit. So this is very important.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now we're done with that. Now we have to literally, pray this works, take these cakes apart. And if you didn't slice it all the way down, go back and slice again.
Yep, like she's doing, running it over the bottom should definitely get everything down to the bottom.
Okay. Alright, now be very careful not to break your cake. Alright, but wait. Got to be very careful. My table's clean. Now we're going to take the parts back. We're going to put this one back in the middle. Okay. Now I've chosen, it doesn't matter if you put the yellow cake on the outside or your strawberry cake on the outside. I'm just choosing that one. I'm going to go over this, run this again to make sure I cut this. I'm hearing me scrape the bottom to make sure I'm getting all the pieces. Okay. Now I have this extra plate here. I'm going to put that one on. Okay, now I'm going to take this yellow one. Whoops, almost forgot. Alright, take your frosting knife. Okay, because you're getting pieces of cake together, this one and this one is all separate. You need something to like stick it together.
And adhesive.
So, we're going to be using our frosting. I picked white because, well, makes it like a nice color. Now, frost the inside of your cake. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're just kind of sticking it together a little bit.
Just enough to be an adhesive, because people aren't actually going to see this frosting.
So, it doesn't matter what the frosting looks like, just get some of it in there. And make sure you get some on every inch. And there's a reason we're doing this, so the cake doesn't wobble. That's why we're kind of doing that.
And so the cake's like one piece instead of whenever you slice it and
6 pieces.
and you get some, it turns into 3 pieces or 6.
So when they cut it, it doesn't fall apart.
Yeah.
It's kind of like we're using it as if, you know, like a glue or something, but this is frosting, so it's not real glue. Okay. Now, as you can see, I got that frosted. Now I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to put that in the middle.
And then frost it again.
And kind of stick it to the side. Now, I'm going to put a little bit more frosting. If you missed a spot, you know, just get you a little bit. Okay. Now that we've got those 2 pieces together, see now the pink one's going to go inside there. So now we're going to do the same thing.
And if you want to go old school, you can do it chocolate and vanilla, so it's black and white checkers.
Yeah, you can do any way you want. It just, I happen to just pick yellow and pink to be a little bit different. You could make, yeah, you could make a total checkerboard, you know, like whatever color a checkerboard is. But I'm just, because it's kind of, you know, it's summer or spring, and just making some nice different colors. Okay, now we're going to put the pink directly in the middle. Okay, now we got to frost this, and then we're going to carefully line up the yellow one on top.
And put another checkerboard above that.
Right. Wait till you see this. It's going to be so pretty together. I've been thinking about this for a while now, so. Now if you even want to, after you frost in the middle, you could get another color frosting for the outside to even have more colors.
Or if you feel like making a few cakes, you can get a bunch of different types of cake frosting and have it a different color each layer.
So, now, you know how usually you can put a thin amount of frosting between them, but unfortunately on this cake, you don't want to, because the frosting is gonna, if you missed any spot when you're putting the top on,
the frosting is gonna go through the seams
and finish it up. So you're gonna, the downside is this cake tastes more frosting than your average cake. So you're gonna need 2 things of, I just learned we're gonna need 2 things of frosting, so I'll have to go get another one in a bit. Okay, now we gotta carefully line up our yellow, because we're going to be layering it. We don't want the cake to wobble. Okay, now we're done with this plate.
And should the bottom frosting be enough adhesive for the top layer?
Yeah, and so yeah, that's one thing. That's why you saw me kind of put, I did it kind of more thicker than I normally do, because, well, this cake was in pieces, and we're simply taking the cake, taking it apart, and then reassembling.
And mushing it back together with sweet adhesive.
Yeah. So this is going to be really tasty. I thought this is kind of a fun cake to do if you want to, let's say you're going to have a party and surprise your friends. They'll cut the cake thinking it's going to be one color surprise. They'll look at it, whoa. How did you do that? You'll say, oh, I'll never tell. This is our secret. Don't tell anybody.
Just be like, if you want to know, watch the show.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to need 1 entire can of cake frosting to put this back together. And then you'll have to have another can, a second can of cake frosting for the outside. And I'm going for a lot of festive colors just for fun. Okay, now you got to be careful when you pick it up, because you don't want to break these. And then put it down in the middle. There we go. And now you know what we're gonna do again.
Just rinse and repeat.
Yep. Cause I like to try to make cakes fun and different because, well, when I was growing up, my mom only made one type of cake that was chocolate all the time. Because it's her favorite. So I try to be creative for my family that I cook for, and I like to make them fun.
And this is definitely gonna have an interesting shape on top, even when it's all iced over.
Yeah.
Because this part's gonna be a little bit above the rest.
Yeah, because that's how the cake just turned out.
Mm-hmm.
But the yellow, all right, now. Okay, we're done. That, now we've got to get the last piece in there. We've got to fit it in there. There we go. Whoa, there it is. All right, now we're going to frost the outside, and I'm going to get another container of frosting. There's very little white left, so I'm not even going to use not going to use this to make it fun. Let's have blue.
Blue confetti.
Yeah, that'll give it another color.
And it'll make it more festive.
Yeah, gotta open that. Yeah, we're gonna put that on top. Just let me wash my hands from handling that before I frost.
I'll open it.
Thank you. I gotta wash my hands.
And I'll start frosting.
Okay, we gotta frost all the way around. Yeah. All right, Dale volunteered. You gotta be careful frosting the outside because the cake's in pieces. Mm-hmm. So you gotta be very gentle with the frosting. Should stir that frosting up in there and get it loosened up a bit. You gotta be very gentle because the cake is in. The frosting is what's gonna prevent it from wobbling.
And so I'm trying to put it on all sides instead of just one.
Yeah, you gotta frost the entire piece because that blue frosting will get down in there and help adhere it together. What I'm going for in this cake is a lot of colors. That's why I'm picking I want it to be a very colorful cake so people will look at it, it makes them happy. It'll give them a feeling of happiness and joy to eat something special. And then after we're done, I'm going to decorate it. The frosting is what's stabilizing your cake. So don't skimp on your frosting, friends. This is, I know I'm not making it for a special occasion, but wouldn't this be a nice cake for a special occasion, like someone's birthday or something? And have two of their favorite, you could, hypothetically ask that person, hey, what's two of your favorite cakes? And then surprise, you've made both, but in one cake.
Or what's two of your favorite colors?
Yeah, I mean, it is totally, totally. Or Christmas, what about a red and a green cake, checkerboard cake? That'd be cool. See, there's all kinds of ways you can go with this. I'm showing you the basics, but you can do it any way you like.
And for Halloween, you can have purple and orange.
Yeah. So I'm just showing you guys how to do it, but you can take it any way you like. But the most important, the key to it is taking your time with it, not rushing, and making sure you frost it correctly so it doesn't fall apart. The frosting is what's stabilizing your cake. And see, this is going to be beautiful. People are going to think, hey, is there a blue cake in there or a white cake in there? Won't they be surprised when they cut it open? for all of us, it's going to be fun to see what this looks like when it's done.
It's gonna go from blue to pink and yellow.
And we've got white frosting inside too. So this is going to be real nice.
Alright, just making sure I got the rest since it's already pretty much down to the bottom.
Yeah. And then wait till you see my idea for decorating it. It's going to be such fun. Okay, now I'm going to decorate it. For our next thing we're going to decorate, take your cake icing. And you want to use this piece right here. A ribbon piece. Screw it on there. And watch what I'm going to do.
We're gonna put this on before or after?
After, because it's going to go in the middle. But let's going to put this in the middle. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. See, this is the piece I'm using right here. Okay, this is what we call a ribbon piece in cake decorating. Now, take your tip side to the side of your cake like this and go up and down.
Looks like grass.
This is giving it another color. Kind of lean into your cake. I have to turn the cake. Get as close to your cake as you can, because you want that to stick to your cake. And we're going all the way around. We're making like a big long ribbon. Alright. Okay, now keeping with the pattern, we're gonna go on the top.
Do you need me to do it?
My hand is starting to hurt.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We gotta go all the way around the cake. Take your time with it. We don't want to hang off the edge. We want to try to, that's why you see I'm giving a little bit of edge to the middle. Okay, now we're going to take and change the tip. And directly into the center of the cake, we're going to put like a star on top. Okay. There, like a little flower. And now we're going to put some funfetti around it. Taking my fingers and just sprinkling it. I washed my hands before I started, and after I frosted, as you saw, I washed my hands again. So touching it, I'm perfect. It's okay. But isn't this pretty? And Dale's gonna get some good pictures of it before we slice it and taste test. There it is. I'm gonna get a couple of dessert plates and so Dale and I can taste test it. And you can see what it looks like on the inside if I think I've achieved my goal. That turned out pretty. All right, let me get some spoons. All right, now it's taste testing time.
We just decide Tiki God.
Yeah. It's so pretty, I hate to cut it, but we have to show it and taste test it and let you see what this looks like in the middle. There it is. Get a good look at it. See how that turns out? It worked. It's a checkerboard.
Now it really just adds to how it looks. You can see the outside and the inside now.
Yeah, all them colors. You see, this is a really colorful, cheery cake. Okay, I've cut a piece for Dale, and now I'll cut a piece for myself. It's so pretty.
Well, this is gonna be a good breakfast.
Yeah. Okay. And there it is. You can now get a good look at what that's going to look like. Now everybody you can tell me, would that not be a pleasing thing for any guest? I'm gonna wash my hands again and then. I'll let Dale taste test first and then I'll taste test. That turned out pretty.
I did.
Dale and I are the only ones up, so Dale got to see my idea first. How do you like all them flavors together?
That was very, very sweet. It's good though. It'll be good for all your guests and whatever party you could have going. Because no matter what colors you pick, no matter what design you put on it, and no matter what event you're at, as soon as they cut it and actually like look at the cake and inside, you're gonna be like, huh? What? A checkerboard? How the? And even that's just gonna be its own little entertainment for them for a while.
Yeah. Everybody will be trying to guess to try to figure out how we did it.
Or they'll be begging you for the recipe. And you gotta say no. Look on the show. So, Donna's turn.
Delicious. Gotta have another bite. And there it is. I give it 2 thumbs up for beauty, taste test, and everything. all the restaurants Dale and I ate at, all the different things we've had, birthday cake, I never saw a cake like this before, so you want to be the central talk of the town? Well, here's the way to do it. By making checkerboard cake, I guarantee you, all your guests, it'll keep the conversation going too. So, there it is, as beautiful as it is. You can take the design decorating any way you like on the outside. I just did this because my goal is to create as many colors as possible in one cake. I believe that's been achieved, and give it a try. Feel free to share. Feel free to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and as always, the fun never ends. Hugs and kisses from my family to yours. Bye, everybody.